Welcome to Matters of the Heart podcast with Rashonda, Sunday Thoughts episode edition. Sunday Thoughts are stories I've experienced in life, and I relate those stories to God's Word in a way where you can understand. It's never about preaching, but a discovery in trying to find God's voice and pick up a few lessons to be learned in our daily lives. This Sunday, let's take time to reflect and think about those experiences. God's messages are often hidden in plain sight in everything that happens to us, whether good or bad. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Sunday's Thoughts episode. You're listening to the Matters of the Heart podcast with Rashonda. I talk about inspiration, motivation, wellness, and mind peacefulness on this platform. I share experiences, advice, and knowledge to help you and me, because I'm learning to improve our life and learn more. And the content is always 100% positive. We don't beat nobody down over here. We don't bash anybody over here. Guaranteed, pinky promise. So today's episode is entitled December's Going Already, and safety is the key word. December's going already, and safety is the key word. Like, did we just come into this year yesterday? I literally can remember, like, when we came in January. You know how everybody during January, I felt like I was going on every fast known to man, but everybody was doing their beginning of the year stuff, and now we're already in December. Well, say it isn't so. This year and this month are about to be out of here, and I'm a little salty about it. I gotta admit, I'm a little salty, So I'll get into that all while talking about my favorite Christmas song and offer some safety tips for the holiday season, as this will be the last podcast for 2022. All right? Yes, you heard me right. The last one. Stay tuned. Hey y'all, what's up? Oh my gosh, can you believe it's December already? Christmas is 2 weeks away. I don't like how 2022 came in here as quickly as the wind and is about to leave us like the Flash, Like, this year didn't come to play. Yes, that's me doing a clap back. And even in the last few weeks we have left, it's not showing any signs of taking a pause. I digress. I will say, however, I needed to slow down, like really slow down, because the faster the years come, the older I'm getting. I digress again. Can someone please give 2023 a call and ask that it slow its roll? I feel like I can't enjoy an age, because before I know it, I'm about to turn another one. And in the words of my favorite cartoon character, Charlie Brown, good grief. Good grief. Or my famous phrase, good night. Good night. Do you have any plans for the rushed holiday season, since it's trying to take us on up out of here? And listen, I'm sorry. I know I seem a little salty about this whole year rush thing, but it is what it is, and we might as well enjoy it, right? It could be so much worse, so we got to be grateful no matter what. Now that's me talking positively so I can rinse the salt out of my mouth. All right. So while my emotions take a chill on ice, I have to say I love Christmas. Now, if the year wants to give us a blessing, it can make it be Christmas all year round, with good weather, that is. It's just something about this time of year that makes me feel so giddy. Everyone's so loving and caring, and it brings me to a song by one of my favorite gospel artists, Grammy, Stellar, and Dove Award winner Fred Hammond. He has a Christmas CD entitled Christmas Just Remember. It was released in 2001, so it's a bit old, but it's a goodie. And my favorite song on the album is Christmas every day, which Fred speaks about, he wish it was Christmas every day. He wish it could go on and on and on again. And why can't we show each other the same love? Like once a year is just not enough for us to have all these loving emotions and these caring feelings, right? We wish that would happen all year long. But the lyrics are powerful and exactly how I feel about the holiday season. It's one of my all-time favorite songs outside of the Christmas song, which was originally sung by Nat King Cole. However, gospel artist Brian Courtney Wilson's version is also good. But once you get an opportunity to listen to Fred's mellow, laid-back tune of Christmas gracing us every day, it'll also become one of your favorite Christmas playlist songs as well. So check it out. And so while you're cooking with your family, reminiscing and spending time during the holidays, let that song draw you closer together in love, unity, and peace. I know we suffer quite a bit of loss this year, and it's also someone's first time going through the throes of the holiday without that family member. I know all about that, as just a week ago made 6 years my mom passed away. She died 5 days after Thanksgiving in 2016, and while the sharp pain, because that was a pain that I can't even describe, but while it has subsided, it's still a little rough every holiday doing it without her. So I woke up last week and honestly, I wasn't sad until my daughter came storming in the room talking about having a rough day and going on a shutdown mode, right? Because my mom, which is her grandmother, wasn't here. Now, in all honesty, I felt her pain, but in those moments, we have a choice whether to act on an impulse, to be sad, angry, mad, or do nothing. On the other hand, I remember my mom for the giving person she was. Last Tuesday was something called a Giving Tuesday, so I had no idea there was such a thing, but I took the pain that I would have felt on that day and channeled it into something my mom had a heart for, and that was giving like she was rich, okay? I wrote a blog post about all of that. It was a long time ago because my mom was truly rich in her own way. And what better way to remember her than by giving to others? Now, of course, my favorite quote is, love doesn't take a holiday. So it shouldn't take a holiday for you to give, for you to do all that. I do give throughout the year, but it's just something to commemorate her on the day that she actually passed away. Just happened to be Giving Tuesday. And I was like, what better way to celebrate this day than to, give on this day in memory of my mom. So I said all that to say, I know this is a difficult time for most, but we have a choice in how we handle and channel our energy. And I hope you find peace, and this holiday season brings on great memories you shared with your loved one or your loved ones, and you honor their memory by doing something that they loved, okay? Now, while Christmas can bring on good feels and sadness, it can also bring on fear. Okay, so for some reason, people choose this time of year to bring the negativity to an all-time high. It's already bad that this time of year seems to bring on more death-related incidents than any other month in the year. And if that's not scary enough, there are countless videos of people getting scammed and kidnapped. I've received more DMs from friends and family members passing on information about sex and human trafficking schemes. They detailed things to watch out for. Unfortunately, people, women and children mainly, have found themselves in the snares of such chaos. With much going on in the world, it can make you want to go home and not come out until you're 100, okay? Or maybe that's just me sometimes. However, the Bible tells us God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind, which is 2 Timothy 1:7. So while hibernating for the rest of my life sounds pretty tempting, and it may sound pretty tempting to you too, I have to understand that I serve a God who's in control. While I may not understand many things, my faith's in God, and I know He didn't call any of us to go into hiding, but live the lives He created us to live. This includes praying and asking for guidance and discernment when going to specific places. In the short term, without going into a whole Bible class lesson, discernment is the ability to judge well. Sometimes we miss signs of certain clues. Everything that looks okay may not be. Asking God for guidance is essential because, let's face it, He knows everything. And don't you want to be friends with someone who knows everything? I would. To be watchful no matter what. That's a guarantee. People are camping out by gas stations, highways, intersections, neighborhoods, stores. Don't go out late at night if you don't have to. And if you do, take someone with you if you can. And if you can't, make sure you have your keys and phone out. If you suspect something fishy or someone is looking out of place or out of sort, if you have a panic button on your car, push it and make it go off. Also, keep a close eye on your car door handles, paper on your windows, zip ties, and broken glass by your tire. All of these items are dangerous signs. It's best, and this is something to put into good practice, it's best to inspect your car before entering a place. Like if you go to Walmart, look at your car really well. Look at your windows, look at your doors, look around your tires, and just, make sure that there's nothing there, okay? So that way, if you come out and you just happen to notice something that's off, you'll know that, hey, that wasn't there before. Okay, something must be going on or whatever. That it's all about being aware of our surroundings, of the places and stuff that we go. And that's why I said about pushing your panic button on your car, because it's really loud, right? And when somebody's car, I know here in my neighborhood, if somebody's alarm on their car go off, everybody is looking around, right? Everybody's like, where's that coming from? And then they checking to see if it's their car. So that would be a good thing to do. If you're feeling unsafe, or something, you notice somebody by your car that wasn't there, notice something on your car that wasn't there, then, push that panic button so someone would be alerted, as to what's going on. So, don't touch anything. If you come out and you find something that's on your car that's not supposed to, do not touch anything. Okay. Now, I know they were saying with the zip tie, one of the ladies that I was looking at on YouTube, she was saying how keep some scissors on you. So that way you can cut the zip tie off. Something about it means that your car is marked. And if you just get in the car, then that car is marked. And, next thing you know, you're being followed. So it's just best just to be careful. Be watchful of cars, vans, or trucks around you. While everyone needs to practice some sort of safety precaution, unfortunately, women and children get taken or vandalized the most. And why do people choose the holidays to do more harm and scamming? Because that's when people are the most vulnerable and giving, and their guards are often let down. So please, please, please be careful. Watch your family, your kids, your mom, yourself, your close girlfriends. Look, let's look out for each other and the very special girls or guys in our lives. Okay. So that's all I have for today. But I mentioned in the intro, this will be my last podcast episode of the year. But if you miss me, don't cry. Don't cry. Okay. You want a tissue? I'm just joking. Okay. But I do have quite a few podcast episodes, including Dysfunctional Family and the Holiday Blues, how to get through loss during the holidays. I go into depth in that podcast episode. 8 holiday gifts you can give to anyone, any time of year. So if you're a little low on money, hey, this was a rough year, check out that episode. Okay, I got some gifts that you can give to people that's absolutely free. Holiday family survival 101. Okay, where the pandemic is still going on. Some people are still wearing their masks and things like that, but more families and everybody is gathering, this year. Now we're going to people's houses and things of that nature, and people were excited about that. But, sometimes being around your family, especially if they're dysfunctional or they ask a whole lot of questions and you just ain't got time for that. All right, so check out those episodes that will help you get through those times. All right, and quite a few other podcast episodes. So get your listening gear and check them out. I'm also over on YouTube at Inspirations with Roshonda. I have some videos over there, including one I recently did entitled, "What About Your Friends?" Okay, what about your friends? You remember that TLC song from the 90s? It was one of my favorites. But I talk about friends, family, and the infamous case that took the world by storm, Shanquella Robinson. If you don't know her name or haven't heard of her name, say her name, Shanquella Robinson. And I talk about what God say about friends. He's given us the blueprints. All right. God has given us the blueprints of what to look for. So we have to be wise in our search and our approach for friends. And if that interests you, you can check that out over there on Inspirations with Roshonda. And I got something good coming at the beginning of the year that I can't wait to reveal and talk about. So stay tuned to this podcast and my YouTube channel, because a lot of marketing is about to take place. And that's all I'm going to say. Wink. Well, that's it, everybody. That's all I have for now. I pray this season brings you much peace. And if you're suffering a loss, may God wrap his arms around you and keep you during this holiday season. Enjoy your family and loved ones. Hug on them, kiss on them, hug them tight. I pray 2023 brings extremely sweet things to you and yours. So until next year, Lord willing, see ya. That was it for today's episode. I hope you were inspired and feel positive vibes whenever you spend some time with me, Roshonda, and the Matters of the Heart podcast. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to join me next time as we dive deeper into our spiritual, mental, and physical journey. You can follow Matters of the Heart podcast on Facebook to stay tuned for what's coming next. Feel free to share the episodes while you're here. Also, stay with me by subscribing wherever your favorite music and podcast stations reside. And as always, watch your heart, because its actions will follow. Thank you for listening.